Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday. This is a Tuesday. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday. I am Bryce, your pre-show navigator here for the Night Attack pre-show. And a little bit for the after show. I'm kind of the pre-show navigator for the after show, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Kind of doesn't mean anything. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday. It's April 9th. Hello. And that means we're going to have the Night Attack show. So we're going to be, if you're watching us live, you might have caught. We're starting a little bit late. We are, we're working around some travel stuff. So I don't know when the guys are going to be online. Both Brian and Justin are out in Las Vegas. I think they will probably talk about why they're out there. I know that Justin was talking about it on Jury today. So we'll kind of just see how that turns out. If they talk about it, then we'll talk about it. If not, then we'll talk about it after the show. But so we don't quite know when they're gonna get on the line, and they will probably there may be some tech stuff that we have to work out. So you may get we may either get a little bit of music, just a little music break, or you might get to hear me talk Brian through how to set up some tech stuff. So we don't know when they'll be online, but they will be online. They will be together in Las Vegas to do the show. And there might be a third person there. I don't want to say, because I do not know if that person is going to join them for this or not. It has been a very long time, to be Scottish One, since we've done a Not Attack. It's been a long time since I've done a Not Attack, and mostly it's because we've been able to keep to a pretty steady schedule. Normally the Not Attacks were kind of like, well, we have to move the show around, and so if people show up on Tuesday and something's not there and they don't know what's going to be a little later in the week, then that was kind of what Not Attack is. And I know even still with that credo, it hasn't always filled in the gaps. But I'd like to do one again. I would like to do one again, because those are fun. It was fun just hanging out. But it's been so long. I think we mostly just watched videos. I don't think it was much different than this pre-show. So these pre-shows are your weekly Not Attacks, especially this kind of like 20 or 30 minutes before the show, when I'm trying to like keep things afloat, because all you guys are here and you guys want to watch something, but the guys maybe aren't quite ready. So we've got some infighting going on for the Bit Boss. But it's all pennies, so I'm not gonna stop the pre-show and start telling people, Bad Weave gave us 2 bits. Oh, What Jane Says gave us 3 bits. Oh, BioCow gave us 8 bits. Ooh. Oh, we played Jackbox on a Not Attack? Yeah, awesome. Anyway, well, there you go. BioCow's got 200 bits. There we go. That's some bits. Now that's something I could see myself stopping the pre-show and acknowledging. No, thank you guys. Thank you very much for the bits. But I just things have been super busy, especially the past few weeks. So the Scam Nation YouTube account, if you're not following it, you should. But it's been super busy because we've talked about this, I believe, on the Bizarre Briefing, bizarrebriefing.com, about how like Scam Nation, because like Brant moved off of Scam Nation to go work on Modern Rogue, and we're kind of in a weird place of like, I'm pretty much the primary editor on Scam Nation, but also we sort of want to try to grow that channel, which means we probably need more videos. Not to mention that was you know, just doing one video on Scam Nation a week was one person doing the job of two. And so now we're trying to do 2 videos a week as like a little experiment to see if that's actually going to drive any sort of growth or just consistent numbers. And that's just been tough because it's now like, well, now we're doing 2 videos, and the videos they're a little simpler, but they're not quite getting shorter, you know. So I was able to put out like we just put out a video today with Diamond Jim Tyler and Rex Williams from Whiskey Tribe, and it's a good video. It's like 6 minutes long or something like that, and you know, it's a good fun domino sort of scam. And I was able to get it done today, you know, before I needed to do some prep for Night Attack. But, you know, usually Tuesday is me doing stuff for the podcast and recovering from Monday, which always goes super late. And so, you know, it's tough because now because tomorrow I'm going to be going into editing for Thursday's videos, and the Thursday ones are like, I don't know, the bigger ones, because those are the ones that we're putting the domain ads on. So, W. Scottis One asks, do you have 2 editors for Modern Rogue now? So we do have a new producer on the team, John Rael, who, if you watch the Bizarre Briefing, he's on there now. And thank you, Geek Grills, for the raid. Thank you very much. It's very nice. And Geek Grills put the sugar on top. There we go. Check that out. Thank you very much. So John is doing Modern Rogue, but I think Modern Rogue as a show is very intricate. I think it's a very intricate show, and it's a big show, right? Those shoots can sometimes be multiple hours, you know, in the upper range, and so it's an intricate, you know, show to do. And it's a lot of footage to pare down, so it takes some time, and so he's kind of getting into the groove of that. And so he's done a video for Scam Nation. He did the Masked Wrestler video from last week, I think. And it did very well. We'd actually been holding on to it for a little while, but he's really kind of focusing his time on Modern Rogue, and so I feel weird like trying to steal his attention while he's still kind of getting into the groove of Modern Rogue. And then someone was asking earlier, we had Jeff from Rage Select editing with us for a little bit, but when we made the transition to Scam Nation, I kind of had to do it by myself for a while to kind of get some of the stylistic stuff that we've gotten down, just like graphics and stuff, and you know, the way that editing goes. And so, you know, he's kind of a busy guy, so we're waiting for him to let us know when he's not so busy. But that's kind of the status with that. But yeah, hey, you know, if you like this talk, every month, BizarreBriefing.com, we do a nice meaty podcast. We just put this one out for March's episode that we recorded only less than a week ago. It has not been. There have not been many episodes of the Bizarre Briefing that have gone up, less than a week after it's been recorded. But because we didn't do weird things this week, I had some time to put it through. So really check it out. You know, it's on all the podcast directories, or there's RSS at bizarrebriefing.com, and it's on YouTube. YouTube.com/scamstuff is hosting it. But it's yeah, I don't know. That's a little bit of what's going on with me. Just busy, just super busy. There's a bunch of stuff. I've got a Trending Lemon for this week that I still need to edit. I still need to like book more people for Trending Lemon. I'm still trying to book people for Night Attack, and you know, between the videos and stuff, I'm just trying to make it, you know, just trying to keep everything afloat when more stuff keeps getting pushed on my plate. So. Jeez. Wow, Magic, are we going to have a weird things this week? I will tell you this. If you check the Patreon, we put out a little thing saying that we're not going to have an episode of Weird Things this week. I said that because there's a very, very off chance that something is recorded, but that's a very off chance. So, if you want to keep updates for that stuff, check out the Discord. join the Discord. We have an announcements channel for stuff like that, or just Patreon for the different shows. You can follow them for free, and so you get alerts when public posts go out or when posts turn public. So, even if you're not able to support the shows financially, you can still kind of follow up and get alerts and things just by hitting that follow button. But yeah, it's it's busy right now. It's busy right now, and then all this Vegas stuff is, kind of happened also in the middle of this, and the reason we had weird things sort of canceled this week, and all the people asking to book to be booked on Trending Lemon in the chat, dude, this is the worst place to do it because I'm going to forget. I have many ways that are not answering you right now for that. But Monday, you might have seen on Instagram or on Twitter, Dr. James Grime, from the Number File channel, was in town. He's doing a talk up in Buda? No. Waco? No, Waco's not close enough. Somewhere up north. He's giving a talk up north, and because he was relatively close to us, he was it Colleen? It might be Colleen. He, instead of flying up to where he was giving the talk, he flew in here, and we recorded a couple of things with him yesterday during when Weird Things was happening. If you catch Cord Killers, you might have noticed him on Cord Killers very briefly. And so that's right. He was also Brian's British voice on Cord Killers, and so he actually just hung out here and was in studio for Cord Killers, and it was a good time. We filmed a really good video with him on a scam. They kind of talk out a scam, and that'll be kind of a meatier video probably, but that's going to be a good one. That'll probably come out next week, I bet. And then we also shot an interview. Brian and him just kind of talked out. They kind of talked out the Pi Day Magic scam, and we sort of reiterated what it is, as well as just how they got started, or how they met each other, and sort of the similarities between their jobs as a math and science communicator compared to a general interest educator. Because Brian, we do the magic instruction. He does. They kind of explore stuff on the Modern Rogue, but Modern Rogue is not really educational. I don't know that I'd call it education. In any case, so that's a good like 20-minute interview, and it is good. So that'll probably also come out probably in like a couple of weeks. We'll sort of see, because it's a little bit of a longer video, but it's also a lot easier because it's just an interview. It's just a sit-down interview with them, and it was good. So when stuff is good, it's easy. So so B5 is saying Brian's supposed to be educating us on what not to do. I assume. No, I mean, come on, man. Scam Nation. But at least I'm trying to have Brian and I have talked about this on After Things, I believe, weirdthings.com, where he's kind of the entertainment side, and I'm kind of the education side, and as we kind of both pull for what we want, we sort of get that hybrid of, well, we're teaching people, but we're also trying to entertain people, and it's a yin and yang sort of situation, which I think is probably still okay. It's probably fine. That's probably fine. So that's that. That's a little update. Ooh. All right. What else is going on? Oh, I finished last night. Last night I finished up. Here we go. I finished up season 2 of Lost. Wah. And I have to say, everyone told me that season 2 was the one to kind of trudge through. But man, I liked it so much better than season 1. I think there was I'm binging it, so I'm getting through it a lot faster. And so I think if you sat through season 1 and you're like, okay, well, this is like scraps of stuff, and then you sat through season 2 where it's like, okay, well, there's a lot more stuff, and it's also like super kind of batshit crazy. When you sort of binge it and you're not trying to deal with this like week to week thing, I don't know, I'm into it. And then I started season 3, and season 3 starts off, I mean, just that opening scene in season 3 is like it's great. You start with the showstopper. It's super good. Bobcat says, is that the Tailies season? Yes, season 2 is with the Tailies. Bluefront says, we finished the OA the other day. Now I see why you had such a hard time talking about it, right? God, the OA is so good. The OA on Netflix is really good, but it's super dense and it's super fucking crazy. It's wild, and I think if you don't have the expectation going in that it's going to be kind of weird, you'll have a hard time kind of getting into it, which I think is weird because the very first episode, she starts to tell her story and she's like, okay, I need you to pretend to believe me until you start to believe me. And I think that's kind of what you have to do as a viewer of the show, which is just kind of go with it to buy in. You kind of have to go with it to buy in because there's not. It's a pretty short season and they kind of need you to get their thing going. And I think the other problem is that for the OA, the first season has that sort of very it's kind of a tasteless ending. You've probably seen it, and I think that's the thing that people know about the OA is that the season end of season 1 depicts a school shooting, and it doesn't seem to handle it with the most sensitivity, and I think that's kind of what people know about it, and it's unfortunate because the stuff that leads up to it builds to that. It sets up what it is. It leaves clues at what that stuff is going to be, and the stuff that happens during it is grounded in the universe of the show. But all people see is the clip of it, and the clip looks really fucking stupid if you haven't seen the show. So, yeah, the OA. Yeah, Jason Isaacs is in the OA. He's a pretty big character. Shoe Brew asks, how are you watching Lost? He says it's not available on Hulu, but my friend, it is on Hulu. I live in the United States, so it could be different for you, but I think it moved over to Hulu rather recently because I think I almost started watching it on Netflix, and I think it kind of moved over probably within the past few weeks. Shoe says I checked it last week. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I mean, I don't even have Hulu with live TV, so that's just the normal Hulu VOD service. So I'll probably check your thing. But yeah, Biocout is the OA, the origin story of Fonzie. That would be great if they fucking worked Henry Winkler into the OA season 3. He would be great. He would be good for like the B plot. Oh man. What else is going on? So, I haven't had much time to play video games. Because I've been kind of crazy in all the work stuff, and then when I'm not doing the work stuff, I really just need to not be doing something. I haven't had much time to play games lately. I haven't played anything since Hypno Space Outlaw, which I was talking about like a month ago. So everything I've been playing has been phone games. I'll talk about phone games. This is by the way, if you would love to do a podcast with me about mobile games, I would love to do that. Things that I've been playing. Oh, I played Hold Down. I pretty much am at the end of Hold Down. If you don't know Hold Down, I don't even know that it's necessarily new, but I someone probably on the Beastcast mentioned it, and then someone in the Reddit asked about it, and that made me look at it and then play it. But Hold On is like, it's like $3 or something, and it's one of those like bouncing ball style games. So you shoot the thing and it shoots off all the balls that you have, and you get upgrades and stuff. But it's actually really nice. The only thing is, like, it has the same problem that a lot of paid games on the App Store have, is that it's really well made. It has a really good sense of progression. It doesn't have ads. It's super polished. It's cute, and it's very short. It's really short. I'm at the black hole stage now, which is kind of the unlimited level, and I've got all the upgrades, so I'm getting to it when I get to it. But I think it's actually like maybe not it doesn't have the great, like the thing that like BB Tan or Balls or any of the other like ball shooting games have, is that you kind of always just start at the beginning and you keep working your way up as you play. And here, the progression while you're working your way up through the stages is really good. But once you get to the end, you're already there. There's no more room for progression, and it doesn't seem like there's anything else there. So I'm kind of stuck. I'm kind of stuck on that. But I did enjoy it, the little bit of time that I spent with it. What else? Oh, this is the big one for me. This has been the big one for me. Cooking Diary. I think I will admit it. A lot of the mobile games that I find and play are, some of them are through ads from free to play games. I will, if it has a good looking ad, I will give a free game a try. I'll give it a try. Jen's in the chat now saying Cooking Diary is my life now. The thing about Cooking Diary is that it is a free-to-play game, and it's really generous in the gameplay sense. It plays very similar to like Diner Dash, but rather than like hosting people and putting their orders in and delivering the orders, you are playing a chef, and so you're in the kitchen and you're making the orders and then giving them to people at the counter. And all of that feels good. Like, each restaurant kind of resets everything, and you are upgrading your machines so that they're faster, and and even the monetization stuff is fine. I've spent $1 on it to get some gems, because the sort of thing, the trade-off between it being a very good game is that you can get stuck in a way that would take a lot of time to solve. There's a coins currency and a gems currency, and the gems are the ones that you pay for. But after a certain point, especially in the second restaurant that you do, pretty much everything requires gems, and you do get gems occasionally, at a pretty okay click, right? If you are in the every 2-day tournament thing, you get chests for that. You get chests when you level up, when you get like rating point levels up on your restaurants. There are achievements, and so you get some gems with that. But it can be kind of stingy with the free gems on that, and so so I think if the way to make that game really fun is to like spend $1 or $2 every few weeks until I get sick of the game, a game that I'm really enjoying, that might be okay. I don't know. And it has like a story thing. It has like a weird story thing about like, you're the grandchild of this famous restaurateur, and you're like opening his business back up, and you're getting him going, and you are, you've got a rival who's this young hotshot who used to be his protege, and this and that, and it has a lot of it has a surprising amount of story bits in it. They're not perfectly written. They definitely look, in some cases, translated. They'll do the thing in especially in like Eastern games where they will like color some words so that that the words are supposed to be important, right? But this one, they will color the words, but they won't be like important words. It'll be like if someone's saying like okay, we need to like I'm gonna help you beat your stage fright, but then like the word beat would be colored in. You're gonna beat your like it's some weird stuff like that. But man, I'm digging it. The Void King Live says, have you tried the mobile game Pocket City? In fact, I have. In fact, I think I played it. I played it recently enough that it's still on my phone. Pocket City is really interesting because it is also a pay sort of city simulator game. But it is, you pay for it, and so it's no in-app purchases. They're not really timers, I don't think. It has a lot of the structure of a free-to-play game, right? You need to like upgrade different things to open up your capacity on certain like currencies and things. You have to kind of manage it, but it's kind of a neat game. I kind of dropped off it a few months ago when I was playing it, but it's a cool thing. It's a cool little thing, and it has offline mode, so if you're playing on the airplane, it's good. It's a pretty neat thing, but I haven't played much further into the game than like the first 4 hours or so, and so I don't really know what the mid and late game feels like, and that's where some of those business building or those city building games can get really annoying. But if the idea is like it's paid, not really a lot of timers, you're doing quests and stuff, that might actually be okay. So yeah, if you have video games, welcome to Video Games with Bryce. We're doing it. Let's see what else. The Jen Plays says, we were talking about in-app purchases. That's what she did with the Golf Battle. I spent $10 over several weeks. I don't feel bad. Golf Battle's good, but I kind of dropped off. I kind of felt like I was hitting a brick wall in terms of skill, especially because you're kind of going up through these levels, and the levels cost more and more to play and to buy into, and so that limits how much time you can spend learning the more expensive, difficult levels. That's kind of rough, and I think that's the down point of the game. But what's there is good. You know, the lower levels are still good, and it's kind of you could definitely feel the friction of in-app purchasing, you know, as you need to get multiple versions of the same club to upgrade them, and then you have to spend coins to upgrade them even if you have them. So it's like that's kind of that's kind of tough. Let's see what else. HTTPS asked, do you play Switch? I do play Switch. I haven't played much lately. Like the Switch and the PS4 have really like been the what's the opposite of a beneficiary? They've been the things I've had to kind of ignore as I've been busy. That's why I was talking about phone games, because I just haven't had much time to play Switch. The last Switch game that I had been playing, and it is so good, is YS. I think it's 15. The Lacrimosa of Dana. I don't know. They said, like, Dana is supposed to be the name. It's clearly the name of a person, but it's not like. It's not gonna be East 15, the Lacrimosa of Dana. Okay, so I'm just getting a text from them that they are getting out of a thing now. So I'm gonna find out how late they're gonna be. But yeah, so that's a really good like kind of action adventure game. You know, I had been trying to play a lot of JRPGs, especially after I beat Final Fantasy VIII many months ago now, and I kind of was trying to play some like more retro-y sort of JRPGs, right? Like I was trying to do Vagrant Story, which is good, but kind of a weird, different thing that they don't. I think there's a tutorial in that game, but that's of the era when tutorials were very long and boring and bad. And if you don't do any of that stuff, or if you don't read the in-game encyclopedia, then you kind of don't know how that game works. Chrono Cross is good. I just haven't gotten back to Chrono Cross. But with East 15 being like an action game first, I've been really digging that. I was really digging that. It's kind of an interesting idea of like, you know, you kind of crash land on this haunted island and you try to save people, and as you save people, you open up more parts of the island. So it's a good game. It's a good game, man. It's a good game. Let's see here. Yosh Punker says, "LOL, like we haven't spent hours watching you play Katamari Damacy." That's right. I streamed when the new Katamari 1 port came out a few months ago. I streamed it for like 3 or 4 hours or something, and I didn't play every stage, but I definitely made it through all of the story, like the critical path stages. And so we went long, and we got to the credits. And granted, we didn't play like half of the game, but that's a pretty good port of that game, especially on PC. Katamari's fucking great, especially the first game. The first game's fucking great. The second game is also like the second game's probably better. Like once you've played enough Katamari, I mean, I've played almost all the Katamari games, even some of the PSP one, even some of the mobile ones. Like once you've played them and you get kind of what you need to do, that first game is like that. It's easy. But yeah, that is a good port. Let's see what else. Openbody says the free year Nintendo Online with Twitch Prime. Yeah, I think that thing is still going on. They have a deal where if you have Twitch Prime, you hit some buttons, and if you sign up for the automatic renewal stuff, you get 3 months. Oh, thank you all. Thank you the Raiders from the Botched Podcast. Thank you so much. That's very nice. Saying, oh wait, hold on, I can look. Oh yeah, so you get like the 3 months free, and then they have a thing that's like, okay, well you need to come back in like a couple months, and then we'll give you the other 9 months for free. And so just keep an eye on that stuff, because that's definitely a 2-step process that they're clearly trying to get people sort of trapped in. Let's see. What else is going on? Have I tried Another Eden on iOS? It's basically a mobile Chrono Trigger game, says J King. I have not. I'll check that out. I'm gonna Google that now, because I could fuck with a mobile JRPG. I actually started or I was enjoying Dragalia Lost from Nintendo. Oh, here we go. Free to play. All right. Double click to install. Face ID. Done. Great. I was kind of enjoying fucking Dragalia Lost. That's an interesting game. That game has a soundtrack from Dowko, a kind of big on the rise J-pop singer/rapper. That's fucking insane that was not a part of. I get why that was not part of any of the English stuff, and it's a very small part of the Japanese stuff, but like, you know, PR stuff. But oh my god, just Dowko is great. Check out Dowko, Daoko. But Dragalia Lost was fine. The problem, it kind of has the problem that like the Animal Crossing free-to-play game has. And this is not specific to Animal Crossing, that a lot of mobile free-to-play games have this, which is because it's so linear for so long at the beginning. If you get the concept of the game, you are really just like trudging through the very slow parts, and if you don't make those feel rewarding or good, I kind of get turned off. I kind of feel like, okay, it's gonna be this thing, and it's gonna be a long time before it gets challenging, right? That's what I would like, is challenging puzzle solving or reaction timing, stuff like that. So I just don't. I remember not super feeling that with Dragalia, and then there was also like a gotcha, lottery sort of system for characters. Something I don't know. It really wasn't my tea. Oh, it had timers. That's right. It had like energy timers too. So that stuff is kind of thing. The real Andrew May says, "Is this Night Attack or video games?" Hey man, I am covering time while these motherfuckers get to a computer. So this is what I have right now. This is a very easy thing for me to. It's been a long editing day, so I'm happy to talk about video games. Let's see. Another good iOS game is Field Runner's Attack. It's really good for the iPad though. I'll check that out. I have an iPad mini that I really like. Yeah, I'll check that out. Field Runner's Attack. Biocal, the first question of the mobile game podcast. You play Fortnite, bro? I have not played Fortnite on mobile. I might. I don't know. So I asked them what their ETA was, and I did not get a response back. So we'll just see. Hey, you know what? If you keep asking me how long it's going to be until the other guys show up, I'm going to start to take it personal. I definitely lost my place. Oh, Fortnite. Yeah, so I haven't played Fortnite on mobile. It's supposed to be neat. It's supposed to be cool. It's supposed to have some interesting mobile things, like, you know, a noise indicator, which is actually pretty good for, you know, when you're playing something that uses speakers. So I don't know. I kind of liked playing Fortnite on PC, and then just sort of dropped off. Just kind of like the quests and stuff were good. I think if I wanted to throw some money around, I could play the battle pass and do some of that quest stuff. But I don't know. And then Apex. Let's talk about Apex. Apex Legends, the battle royale style game from Respawn. No, not Respawn. Is that Respawn? No. Apex Legends. That's not Respawn, is it? It is Respawn. Okay, yeah. Anyway, Apex is interesting because if I had not played a battle royale game, I would probably really dig that. There's some really cool stuff there. The pinging communication system is interesting. I think the respawning stuff is probably more a detriment than a benefit. It's cool that someone could revive me, and I've had a couple cases where that happens. But generally, I would rather just be like, okay, I died, so let me get into another game. Let me get into a game really quick, because that's what you feel in Apex when you're waiting on your team to die. Is like you spend so much time, all this time traversing the map, getting equipment, you know, swapping equipment, make sure you get the best. Oh, I got the best. I got a good rifle. This is the purple rifle. I got a green rifle, but I want to get the purple rifle because the purple rifle is the good rifle. And then it's all gone. First contact, it's always gone. It's always bad. It's like the worst. It's the kind of the worst designed gameplay funnel, which is, but that's kind of what Fortnite is really good at, is getting you in really fucking fast and getting to a lot of action by having kind of a smaller map. And now, yeah, right, Fortnite is adding revives. I don't know how that works, but probably pretty similar to Apex, I bet. But, you know, a lot about Apex feels good, right? The shooting does feel good. I like that the heroes have different buffs and different type of passive abilities. That stuff is good. But it's a big map. It's a big map, man. Oh my goodness. ICU says that he recommends Titanfall 2 if you like Apex. I have heard that. I have not played any of the Titanfalls. I know Titanfall 2 kind of got a little bit of a player base boost with Apex. I might try with Titanfall 2. I could fuck with that. That's a good. The running is good. The climbing, all that stuff is good. It's just tough. It's tough. Because with Battlegrounds. Okay, all right. This is probably the last thing I have to say about a Battleground game tonight. With Battlegrounds, you feel a lot of tension. You feel a lot of good tension in Battlegrounds. Because it feels tactical, it feels like a lot of gunplay, it feels like kind of a precise sort of thing. Where Fortnite is fun because it's fast and colorful, and you're not kind of getting too bogged down with like, is this a good SMG? Is this a good SMG? Whatever. But it's fast, and then Apex is cool because it has the shooting feels good in an arcadey sort of sense, but it's really sort of slowed down. But it feels like it's meant to be played really fast. So that's it's tough because the movement is good, right? But that thing's kind of tough. So that's the Battle Royale corner. What else is going on? Okay, so Spider-Bat asked for my take on the Epic Store debate, the Epic Storefront issue. Not even an issue, I think. The very short version of that is that I think it's fine. I think it's all fine. I think it's all fine, you know? It's fine. Guys, it's fine. The Epic games, it's fine. I mean, I understand. It is a lot of the same. It's a lot of the same things. Look, the economics of game development are kind of ruthless, right? It's kind of the business element to it, right? Where it's like, hey, you know, we're making this game. Like, I understand the publisher element of it, right? Like, no one's ever paid for a PC port for a game. Or, that's a very broad thing that I just said, and so I'm apologizing. A preemptive, or whatever. I'm painting with a very broad brush, but no one is paying for a PC port of the game, right? They make the PC port game because you can aim higher and then pair it back for consoles. But the trade-off is that people pirate your game very quickly. People pirate your game very quickly and easily, and you can pay a lot of money to try to stop that from happening. And we've seen time and time again. You know, you do like it's you know, the first few weeks are important, and there have been plenty of cases where games are not cracked for days, weeks, you know, months. But in the end, they're gonna get you. And so that's kind of why there hasn't been any money to make a storefront have exclusives, right? Steam, by being the largest thing, by being around for a long time, by making the moves that it did 10, 20 years ago, because it's positioned that way and it's constantly grown kind of unchecked, it's meant that that's the place to go, right? It used to be like, okay, I want PC games. Well, you can go to Steam because all those games are going to be good on Steam. And then it was, well, I want a PC game. Well, you get it through Steam because all the PC games are on Steam. And look, man, like there's a very weird take and handling of China on the internet. If there's a very, I mean, there's just, I don't have the words to describe it, but there is a very like weird take. What's the best way to say this? So I use TikTok a bunch, and TikTok is like run by a Chinese company, or investments from a Chinese company, and there are a lot of videos from China and all over the world. But I do see a bunch of like, I saw one thing that was there's this like little dancing meme in China right now, and there was like someone had done a duet with it. They had like, you can make your own video alongside it, and it was just some American kid like in a hoodie with sunglasses, and he had some, you know, pieces of paper held up, kind of Bob Dylan-y, of like Tiananmen Square and the day to Tiananmen Square and Winnie the Pooh and just like all these things that are just like this kind of overtly antagonistic. I am not saying that the Chinese government is good, but I'm saying that like there's a weird stance that like, oh well, I'm gonna protest against China by not buying games from the Epic storefront. That's a very weird thing. That's a very, very fucking weird thing. So that's it. You know, I know there's a features issue, there's all sorts of things, but you know, if the big issues are like, you know, China, or for some misguided thought that's like a monopolizing or anti-competitive or anti-consumer, like there's like definitely been shady shit in terms of like getting people's money on one platform and then telling everyone at the last minute to buy stuff over here. That is sketchy stuff for sure. And that's kind of what PC gaming, that is a bit of whiplash, but it is what it is. Okay. Any other games topics? Last chance for games topics. Otherwise, we do have some stuff in the Discord. I know we saw someone complaining that I'm talking about video games. I'm very sorry. You don't want to talk about video games. You You're on Twitch.tv, a video game website. I'm sorry. But anyway. Okay. No, I have not played Blades. Elder Scrolls Blades. I've not played it. It looks bad, and so I don't want to play it. So, anyway. All right. So we have okay. All right, guys. So we have we do have a video, a pre-show channel in the Discord. Hey, if you're not in the Discord, look, Andrew. Like, hey, man, I'm trying to keep this fucking thing afloat. I don't know where the boys are. I don't know when they're gonna get here. I know that normally we would have started. I know we would have started 15 minutes ago, and I know that the boys would have been on here 40 minutes ago. But A, you missed that we started 30 minutes late, and that I don't know when they're gonna be ready. So, hey, let's be cool. Let's just be cool and remember that I'm a human being reading the words that you're writing. Man. So yeah, we have a channel here in the Discord called Very Funny and Pre-Show, which is kind of where stuff is being posted. So someone was asking where the pre-show video doc is. Well, that's it now. That's it now. Now someone doesn't have to make it every week, and then we lose it every week. So there we go. nightattack.tv/Discord. That's how you get in there. I pulled some stuff earlier. Speaking of game stuff, as long as we're talking about a thing that people apparently hate listening to me talk about, there's kind of a new meme going around. Everybody, have you heard about this? Have you seen this? Have you heard this? There's a gamers meme, the infamous gamers meme. No, there's a thing. Does anyone have the original version of it? Hold on, let me see. There's it's been going around for today and a little bit yesterday, but someone on Twitter had this sort of we'll call it a rant, because there's all this stuff about Sekiro and a conversation about difficulty and accessibility in games, and so someone had posted this like diatribe of like, you cheated yourself out of the experience, and you're not a real gamer, and your victory is hollow, and how do you feel about that? And so people have been taking that rant. Yeah. Someone post the Sonic the Hedgehog one, because I want to post that too. I want to see that too. But here is one. This is from at Skitflash here on Twitter. Koopa the Quick only respects real gamers. So this is, I'll have to read it out because this is Mario 64 before they invented cutscenes. So he used the cannon to beat this foot race, and so the giant Koopa's going, "You cheated not only the game but yourself. You didn't grow, you didn't improve, you took a shortcut and gained nothing. Your experience is a hollow victory. Nothing was risked and nothing was gained. It's sad that you don't know the difference." So the yes, thank you. So they did the official Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account also posted one. Here from Marble Zone. Apparently there's a speed run sort of glitch you can do, where if you set yourself up just right, you bounce all the way to the end. And then they changed all the words, the you win and the score stuff to the words of the ring. It's good. Hey man, gamers better rise up, I guess. Better rise up. Ooh, oh my goodness. Some people were asking about Bonnie. Bonnie, apparently Bonnie had a late night last night, so she's kind of having a long day. And so, I would love to talk to Bonnie. Oh my gosh, but I think she's kind of having a long day. So, one night we'll do a not attack and we'll have Bonnie on. All right, let's see. We have some other clips here. Who posted this? Who posted this in the thing? Open Bayou posted this clip of Confused Devil. Is that right? Confused Devil. Looks like it's a GTA 5 roleplay clip. It's a clip here from twitch.tv. There we go.
Why did they do that?
So he's like, Oh, there's a car spoiler kind of floating through the ground. Look at that. That shouldn't happen. Oh!
I might need medical.
He glitched and it shot him through the air. Oh, that was funny.
Actually, no.
Oh, and he survived.
I'm okay.
I'll tell you what, the GTA like role-playing community is super interesting. It's super interesting. I mean, it's been just I definitely saw a thing like last week of like, oh, GTA RP is like becoming a big thing, but it's like it already was. Like the systems that they have in place to like modify GTA 5 and roleplay within it, and the different occupations that people can be, or people can be civilians or whatever. Like all that shit is like super intricate. It's crazy. Like you should definitely check. I like oh my gosh, I haven't watched a stream of it. The No Pixel is one of the big RP communities. They generally have some pretty good people, but it's very kayfabe. I mean, some of the streamers, if you watch someone streaming, you can definitely tell when they're like, because they'll do push to talk in the game, but they'll still have their streaming mic, so they'll kind of go back and forth pretty seamlessly of like talking to the audience and then like being in character. But then some people are just like staying in character the whole time. A lot of people play cops. A lot of people play robbers. Some people do like medical, like hospital driver or ambulance drivers and doctors and stuff. People are like lawyers and judges, because you can get arrested and then take your trial to court. Like there's some stuff. There's some fucking stuff. We met a GTA 5 role player at Twitch. His name is Afro, and he seems like a super nice guy. I've been trying to get him on the show, but things have been busy. So, but yeah, man, that stuff is kind of interesting. The levels to like the thing that always blows me away, and it's usually the people who play as cops, is that they know the codes. They know the dispatch codes. They know them all, and they will know what to call in. Oh, the person got hit by a car. Oh, we're in a high-speed chase. Like they know all that stuff, and that's like super crazy. Oh my goodness. Everyone says I would cosplay as a podcaster in GTA 5. I mean, you could. You could. Stonehearter says Night Attack should do GTA RP one night. The problem with that is the RP communities, or at least the big ones that I know about, they're kind of a little insular, but also they are very like, this shit is fucking kayfabe. When you're in the thing, you're fucking in the thing, and if you're out of character, like that shit like doesn't fly. And so between like the difficulty of like actually getting into those communities, not to mention the fucking technical, like it is, you have to like download GTA 5 and then like you have to, because if you mod GTA 5, you actually can't play online, so you have to like keep a separate install of GTA 5, and like, oh, it's a bunch of crazy stuff. I don't know. It would be interesting, but it would be very difficult. It would be a lot of stuff. Because you kind of got to get into, you have to be a part of the community. That's the thing about social media, is like you have to be a part of these communities to like really feel like you fit in. Like we've talked a lot about like Reddit, and how generally Reddit is not into people just coming in and promoting their stuff if they're not a part of the subreddits that they want to submit to. And I mean, I think that is actually generally written down as a rule on Reddit. But on the other hand, it's the same thing across any social media, right? Like we are a production company, and so we make stuff, we make videos, we don't really our engagement with both like our fan community is all right, but with the other like related communities at large, we don't aren't able to spend a lot of time with it. So like we make Magic stuff, but we aren't really integrated into the Magic community, right? We have we had the Twitter, but it's not like I'm out here following other Magic blogs or other Magic creators and like retweeting them and like getting like that's really where, you know, if you're a social media person, if you're a social media manager, that's like really a lot of what you're doing is like being in the know of other communities so that you fit into them, so that you have a place as a producer and people understand that you are not just giving to the community, but you're also like understanding of it. And that stuff can be tough. That stuff is you know, if we posted to Twitter and Instagram once every day, 3 times every day, whatever, you know, that is coming from a production standpoint. When the larger community stuff is like we have to be out there and in external versions of these communities, you know. So that's a very long kind of no one asked me that question, but there we go. Spindash says I was waiting for he is waiting for an IRL wedding from GTA 5 RP. I don't know. I wonder if that's a thing. I bet. I don't know, because it's like people play characters and people play a lot of different characters. So I don't know. I don't quite know about that. Oh yeah, we were checking out some videos. So someone who posted this, was this open by you? Was this open by you? It was ICU. ICU posting this. I have not seen this, but this looks to be a very old video because it is in 4:3. But here we go. Blow drying my tongue and eating a cracker.
Try this at home. It might be dangerous. Ooh. I guess I'll find out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm feeling that.
Also, it's only in the left channel. I'm sorry. You're getting some ASMR. Okay, well, like, the audio problems aside, yeah, I mean, what do you think's gonna happen if you blow dry your tongue and then try to eat a cracker? The answer's gonna be you're gonna catch on fire. So yes, people are asking, because we've been streaming for an hour now. The guys are in Las Vegas. They are doing, they're at a thing, they're at an event, which they might talk about. I think Jerry has talked about it on his podcast. I don't really know anything of it. I don't know enough about it to talk about it. But it's a thing that they really wanted to go to and caused them to be late, and now they're doing a bunch of tech stuff in Las Vegas, which means, you know, all of what that means. So once they get on, we'll probably spend another 10 or 20 minutes with them so that they can get warmed up and get over all the tech stuff, and so that I can rest my throat. Oh my goodness. In any case, so that's the situation right now. I'm stalling for time. You just missed 45 minutes of video games with Bryce. Oh no, we're not watching. So someone posted there's a new Outer AM video about is extreme couponing real, which I think pretty far out of his normal zone, I think. I mean, he's done these before of like not Magic stuff. I will tell you that I watched about a minute. Oh, wait, I've got a Skype message. Hello. We might have people on Skype. Oh my goodness. All right, we have received a Skype call from an account. I'm looking at these guys now.
Yo.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay, hold on. Right.
Yep, that's it. Yes, that's also it.
Oh. We did it! We did it, Reddit!
Say, hey, and Andrew Main's there. Hi, hold on, let me get everyone on the screen. Hey, boys.
There we're all good. We got this.
How's it hanging?
Well, you know, I feel like we're insignificant shitbags who will never amount to anything.
Complex web of emotion is probably.
Hold on, let me get a third mic so we can get our special guest.
Yeah.
So the observation I made to somebody that they said was very astute, if I may say so myself, was, listen, it was Dave said this, I didn't say this, but Johnny had time for everybody.
Yeah.
Johnny had everybody had these stories about Johnny making time, Johnny helping them out. Johnny Thompson, legend.
Sure.
So, very touching. Very touching.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't know what I was expecting, but like it was.
Yeah.
That was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like there is.
Yeah, you guys are coming in very quiet, and it seems to be getting quieter. When Brian kind of gets back, or if he's able to hear this,
He can hear it.
if you're able to, if you're able to check on some of the auto gain stuff, that might be a Skype setting. If you're calling from an account that we don't normally call people from, that might be set up in a certain way. But it's pretty quiet, and we're having to turn it up enough where there's some noise, some noise coming up. Yep, you've got the right mic. That mic's on.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So I added a third mic here. I'll bet it is one of those fucking communication.
But yeah, we're kind of getting. It's not static. It's quiet enough where we have to turn it up where you can hear the signal noise.
Yeah.
So.
Here, give me just a moment.
Sure. Is anyone else on the mic over there? Can someone give? I really didn't know how much we would talk about the thing that you guys are at. So I really don't know Johnny Thompson enough to kind of contextualize it. But.
Well, the good news is that we have we just
We
took
know
a course.
everything about Johnny
Yeah,
Thompson. So,
we just learned a lot.
Yeah, don't worry. We can take it from here. I have no idea how much we're going to talk about, to be honest with you. Beyond the fact that it was very emotionally affecting.
It was great. I mean, it was very, very, very well done. Everything was great about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it has general gain up. So I'm gonna look at the.
How high is that general gain at?
Well, it says 96, but I don't believe it.
Well, and I would actually probably say turn that to 50 and then turn it up on the Zoom.
Okay. Well, so the only way we were able to get this is to take the mixed output, the line out from the Zoom, put it into just the one channel of the USB attached to mixer.
Okay, so you definitely did turn that up, but now the noise is like super loud.
Okay. Well, here I'm gonna.
If I can finish this, the Zoom does have a USB mode where it'll act like an interface, but you have to.
It does because I couldn't find it in the menu, but here, if you want to walk me through that.
It is in the menu. I had the web page up. Welcome back to tech support things. Now we're doing tech support. Let's see. On in menu, scrolls the switch to. There should be a USB option. In the top menu, I guess. Oh, I can't hear you, but I'm going to assume you said that you found it. And then there is this. Oh, you did not? Okay, none of you guys are coming through now because you're in the menu, I'm pretty sure. So okay, so in there you should see audio interface and pick that. And then pick stereo mix. And so that'll act as a 2-in, 2-out interface. So you'll need to go you should be plugged in via USB to the computer. So you'll want to change the input now on Skype to that Zoom, or check in the Windows recording settings to make sure that you have that as an audio interface. Sure, take your time. We're gonna turn back a little bit of this.
We're good at this.
Hey.
We're not yet. We're not live.
Oh,
They
not
can't hear
yet,
us.
not
So
yet.
if you have something you want to say bad about Bryce, now is a good time.
I'm gonna use the N word.
Well, okay,
As
so
in nice. Bryce is nice.
All right, hold on.
Sure.
I'm very close.
Hey, this is fine. Hey, man, I've been swimming for past hour. I got more in me.
You're like, I got a million of them. Okay, so we'll swap this to. You know what? It is not showing up as an option.
Yeah.
Because it's not plugged in. No, it is plugged in. No. Here, let me try unplugging it.
Sure. You might need to restart Skype or check in Windows, because if Windows can see it, then maybe Skype just needs to be rebooted, and we can.
Here, let me just try shut down Skype and try it again.
Okay. Cool. We'll talk to you guys in a minute.
BBL.
We'll get back to my girl Himiko. That's right. Here we go. Boop. So yeah, so the guys were at the funeral for Johnny Thompson, who, because this is the #1 Magic podcast on Twitch, you know all about. But yeah, so they might talk a little bit about that. But apparently it sounds like it was a very nice celebration of Johnny's life, because he seemed like a nice guy who touched a lot of people. Yes, JC Calhoun, finally rid of the dead weight. No, please, God. I like being on Night Attack in the role that I'm in. I don't know. So I do Trending Lemon, trendinglemon.com, and that's I've done other podcasts before, and I do, the Bizarre Briefing. I kind of take a lead in, but that's a show where it's very much just me, and that's I'm still trying to get in the pressure. I just recorded an episode the other day with your friend of mine, Classic, a Diamond Club OG, Bill Meeks, and we did. It was really good, and we had a lot of really interesting, thought-provoking. We ended up having a short discussion on capital punishment, actually, and he was great. He was great, by the way. This is all. He was great. And I've done some prep. I wrote some stuff out, but I always just get nerves when I'm doing things, especially with Cord Killers, especially the first, year or so of me doing On the Lookout in Cord Killers. I was really trying to wing it, or even when I prepared stuff that wasn't a letter someone wrote that I was just reading the letter. I was not good about using the prep that I had done. That I'm still trying to just use my prep. I wrote stuff out. Read the stuff that I wrote. And so we had a very good conversation about capital punishment, and I think because I was had nerves at the time, I really couldn't articulate, or I really couldn't turn it into a two-sided thing, and I definitely don't want it to seem like Bill is feeling any sort of stubborn or that there was anything wonky about that conversation. It was a good conversation, but it was I was kind of in my head and wasn't quite able to articulate my point and feel like I was contributing, and so I don't want it to seem like he was being imposing. So I've actually considered recording a very short thing to kind of ADR into there, so I also get not get a word in, but to feel like we're both having a discussion about it, instead of him just saying, oh, I think it's this one way, and me just saying, oh, well, it's complicated. But Bill's great. Bill was great. Bill was a lot of fun. So that'll probably come out sometime later this week at trendinglemon.com. Check that out. Whew. Oh yeah, so we were talking about, our buddy Otur AM has a video about extreme couponing. I don't really want to play it because it's not even interesting. It's pretty much just him saying well, is extreme couponing real? Which it is. Is it worth the time? Which, if what you need is 30 bottles of Tide detergent, then yeah, it is. And so it's it's not even kind of worth spending really any time now. Let's see what else is going on. Well, what's going on in the chat here? Spider-Man says, with no explanation, Bryce is now the host of Modern Rogue. We've talked about what it would look like if Brant and I had to host the Modern Rogue, because I think we are probably in some respects a very high contrast version of Brian and Jason's dynamic, right? Brian is very deliberate and very knowledgeable, and he wants to go into stuff knowing everything and get all of his stuff out. And I'm I want to kind of be the entertaining one and keep things going, keep things rolling. I know we didn't do anything really for April Fools, which is unfortunate because Brian especially loves April Fools. Brant loves doing stuff for April Fools, and it just kind of snuck up on us. And I think everyone was really cool on April Fools. Dan33 says, I like to think the guys are just sitting back watching, wasting time and watching Bryce steer this barge. Hey man, look, we can have a music break if you'd like. But oh man, yeah, the double the price sale was great. I mean, that was one of the things that kind of started putting my name out there and like getting, you know, because I think they used my April Fool's video for the opening of that night attack. Yeah, that was fun because I wanted to be one of the ones that they posted on the YouTube channel, but then they used it for night attack, which was very fun. Theater Monkey asked, "Do you have a video equipment wish list for the puppy?" I kind of do generally. So like, you know, when we, I'd probably like a little bit of some kind of basic stuff here for the podcasting setup. You know, some cheap tripods so that we're not having to tear all the camera side stuff down when we go out to do, you know, Modern Rogue or Scamation and stuff. And so some like super simple stuff like that. A big thing will be figuring out how we sort of set up this set in the big studio. If you've seen some of the videos of the house that's already on the property, there's this one big room that we'd like to use as kind of a general shooting studio. For you know, we do the podcast in there, do Game Nation, probably do some Modern Rogue stuff in there, but it's we have it would be our first time really having a lot of dedicated space to shooting stuff, so it would be nice to like have that space look really nice and kind of be something we could kind of change stuff up easily. You know, let's see, Brenagu asks maybe a fancy switching or transition board, possibly, but like the way that we do stuff, the way that we do stuff, like, you know, those are very good if you were kind of doing a really simple setup. So like Giant Bomb has them because they have a very simple stream setup, right? They use a lot of camera sources and input sources and really, you know, focus on that. But we have so many different types of inputs and oh, here we go. Let's see if we got the guys back on the line. Hello, Las Vegas, can you hear us? Oh, he's giving us the finger to, no, well, not, he's giving us the index finger, not the one next to it. That would be tough, but they're definitely looking at me like I am in an aquarium, and I love that.
Yeah, check. No, can you hear me?
I can. It sounds like a webcam mic, possibly.
Yeah, it is a webcam mic. So,
sure.
At no point is the Zoom showing up as a device. I'm pretty certain I have it on the right thing. I followed the thread and selected USB audio interface multi-track mode, but no number of pluggings and unpluggings or reboots seem to have the Zoom show up as a device. Here's a question: is there might be more settings to set? It looks like there's a setting called PC/Mac. Yeah, that's what I selected. But here, I'll back out here.
Sure.
There's,
so there should be an option called PC/Mac using battery power.
That's what I'm in right now.
That's what you do have, and you're on stereo mix. Is that right?
No. I'm in multi-track mix, but I could go back and go on stereo mix again. So
yeah, because multi-track mix, you need a special driver.
Okay, so here we go. So I'm down in USB. I am selecting audio interface.
That's right.
I am going to stereo mix.
That's right.
And then there's PC Mac using battery power, and iPad using battery power. So we'll do PC Mac using battery power. And there's a bunch of lights on.
Yeah.
And normally, okay, so then.
And you may, if you are in the menu, you may need to not be in the menu if you're trying to listen and check because.
Yeah. Okay, well here I'll try rebooting Skype and see if that does anything for us.
Okay, cool, no worries. There we go. We're doing this for you guys. We want to get we want to make sure it sounds good. So we're you know, a lot of the places that use pretty standard broadcast mixing boards have kind of simpler you know, input options where we right now, for example, we have 80 just in the Night Attack. The Night Attack one's usually the biggest one that we have, but you know, because of the way that we do stuff, because We're getting another call from Las Vegas, live from Las Vegas.
Hey, am I in the air? Oh, this is that internet show I love so much.
That's right. Well, hello, fellas. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, this is tech support, right?
Yes, that's right. What's up, Brian?
Okay, so it's still not showing up as a device, so we can...
Wait, Bryce, hold on. You were saying that you might need to exit out of the menu on the Zoom before it shows up as a device?
Certainly before. So, like, when we use the Zoom on set, if I'm in the menu, it won't play back audio through my headphones. So you have to be out of the menu to hear it. So if you have seen the option in Windows and it doesn't... Okay, so you are out of the menu.
Okay, good.
It does say USB audio interface. You may need to get a driver. That might just be the thing.
Yeah, but it's like it can't... Oh, you know what? Here's what I could do. I could just go to System Properties and Properties, search for new devices.
Yeah, possibly.
Device Manager. That's what I'm thinking of.
Otherwise,
good old Device Manager.
That's
Some
right.
of them question marks. Remind me of all them drivers I don't have.
And I'm going to take a look for a driver for you. And maybe you guys can just download what you need.
And then the scan for hardware changes. That's right. Maybe the hardware has changed. Alternate is I do have a 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch, 1/8 inch male to RCA out, and we can go through that mixer and try to fix the communications secret.
So this is this looks like the ACO driver for the H6 for Windows. So it might be worth spending just a few minutes installing and rebooting the computer.
Yeah. Whoever said we're not a tech network?
That's right.
Yes.
Magic, tech, video games. We got it all, baby.
I mean, I certainly hope so, because I've been deducting all of those from my taxes for years.
Oh, that's right.
This is weird. Sort of just sitting here saying... you ever have that where it won't finish downloading a file?
Yeah. Oh, that might be like a hotel Wi-Fi thing.
No, I'm tethered. Yeah, just it has 6.6 megs out of 6.6 megs, and it just...
Oh, it might be scanning it for...
Unconfirmed CR download.
Yeah, it may just be trying to scan it for those pesky viruses.
Yeah. Are viruses real? My mom said she had a virus. And
Well,
that's why she sent me them nude pics.
Well, let me tell you about my friend the measles.
That's the real virus.
Oh man, those viruses are no joke. The last job that I had, the first day I showed up, my supervisor had the shingles, and she was suffering through the shingles, and that seemed like a very bad time.
All right, I guess I'll try clicking on that again. It won't. It's for reals, just sitting at 6.6 of 6.6. So I'll try it again.
Yeah, maybe worth canceling and redoing.
Nope. It says. Oh, there, there we go. We got a thing.
Okay, there we go. I guess I could have transferred the file to you from via Skype.
Fine. There's no judgment here. We're all fine here.
We got it, baby. This is easy. This is easy.
Yeah, man. We got this. Installing updates from unconfirmed sources live on the air.
That's right.
What could go wrong?
Drivers, fucking irons.
Man, remember, like old Bryce and Brian would be stressing. New Bryce and Brian are like not stressing.
We're both way too tired to be stressing about this at all.
That's right. Also, we don't care. It's called apathy. It's a brand new trick we've got. Okay, so theoretically, I've got that all plugged in. I guess I probably should reboot the computer one more time.
Yeah.
So anyway, hey, great show.
Good work, everybody.
What should we call it?
That's right. We'll call it Video Games with Bryce.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. So there we go. Kruvik says, have you tried running on bus power? I tried my H6 at work by powering it up on bus power and choosing audio interface on startup. Well, the thing is that his computer's older. I think, and it's very likely that none of his computers have just a normal ACO driver. So, I mean, it probably could run on USB power. It looked like, it seemed like it was definitely recognizing that it was in audio interface mode. It just, I think the computer maybe just needed, oh, right, that's right. It probably just needs a driver. It probably just needs a driver. But yeah, Skype will take an ACO device. It just, I have found, I know a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff in Windows is plug and play. But I've found more than enough things that are not plug and play. I have a Blu-ray driver, or a Blu-ray disc drive on my desktop computer, and I don't think I've ever used it. Maybe I've used it a few times, but I've definitely tried to use it in the past 2 years, and it's not connected. It powers on, it'll open the tray and close the tray, but I've used the find new hardware, I've used all this stuff, and I can't find. I don't know if it just means that it kind of got unlodged, like the pins got unlodged or something during, moved a long time ago or what. But there's no like drive. It's not if it's a driver thing. I have no idea. I don't know what fucking thing it is. I don't even know what the model I have is, and so all that stuff is just like, it's so crazy. It's super duper crazy. Yeah, we do have a quiz. We have a quiz. Cole sent in a quiz. We have a quiz for tonight, so we might also do a quiz. The Buck says, I think it's a bad cable. That seems. Oh no. Oh, I need to call them. Ooh, I need to call them. I'm going to put it on speaker so you guys can hear it. I need to call them because I might be dumb.
Bryce.
Hi. Did you take... Oh, no, you go.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm just going to try going through the method that was almost working before and just fix the volume correction stuff.
Okay. I think I realized what the problem is. Did you took the white cord out of the audio bag, right?
Yes.
There should be a little like plastic tag on there. Can you read that out for me?
Charge only cable.
Charge only cable. That's right.
That's good. That's pretty good.
There, yeah. So, pretty good.
Is this a prank show?
Yeah, that's right. You got pranked, bro. You got pranked.
Right, hold on. It might be some real magic about to happen.
Okay.
Get ready.
All right.
I'm plugging in the thing.
Okay.
There you go. Now I'm gonna plug in.
I feel so fucking stupid.
The other thing.
I feel that's my cable. I put that cable in the bag 2 weeks ago.
I just heard it go.
There we go. It was a bad cable. Oh my goodness. Someone.
Recording mixer.
That's
Holy
right.
Shit.
That's right. Who said it was a cable in the chat? Oh my goodness.
Hold on. Wait for it.
The Buck. Props to the Buck for calling me out, for getting it right. That is.
Yeah, we had to put a
Oh my god.
sticker on this.
Yes. Who figured that out?
Hi.
Hold on.
Sure.
Wait for it. Let me make sure. Wait.
Wait.
Audio, video. Changing this.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's
Yo.
That's
Yo.
golden.
Did we do it?
We did it. I feel
Who was the one that figured out that it was a charging only cable?
Well, I remembered that it was a charging only cable because it's my charging only cable, but the Buck said
The guy who put the label on it that said charging only cable.
but the Buck said it might be a bad cable, and that was my brain blast.
I'm also just glad that Brian and I have been trying to figure out. We just knew that somehow in the jumble of both of our backpacks, we had the tech solution,
Yeah.
and it eventually just came down to me having the fucking micro USB to
I'm
USB.
so glad you did. I'm so
You're able
glad you
to
did.
effectively Voltron. Hey, do you want us to record on the Zoom?
If you are able to, that might be a nice thing, just in case something goes wrong. I don't know if it'll let you do that.
All right, here's a fun.
Complicate the fuck out
Well,
of this.
yeah,
Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
put the this is the card labeled slow 3.
sure, that'll work.
Right, it's inserted.
If it'll let you record, I don't know if it'll let you record while you're in interface mode.
That's what I'm wondering.
If not, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't want to let me do nothing.
Yeah,
But if these
this sounds much
wait.
better than the other way.
Here, how about a level check? How's this level? Is it a good level?
You're at a good level. Let's hear Andrew talk a little bit.
Well, Bryce, I never thought you'd ask. I
Sounds
was
great.
born at an early age in a
Sounds
log
perfect.
cabin I helped my father build, and some other jokes I stole.
Yeah, Juice, Justin.
Yo, what's going on, friends? It's your old pal Justin Robert Young.
There we go. Easy.
There's
Technology
nothing.
is easy, everybody.
It's an easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Let's how else was Vegas? Did you? I know you guys kind of came straight here from the service, and you probably hit the ground running from
Service,
the
that's
airport.
right.
Yeah, you want to talk about service?
Yeah.
That was good service at the Wendy's at the airport. They gave me a number 6,
Yeah.
no mayonnaise, lickety split,
Yes,
no
queen.
shit.
Yes.
Slay ha!
Yeah, I don't know. We ate a smash burger and then we went to the Johnny Thompson thing. That was
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
I did the newsletter. That shit'll come out. In
I'll tell you what though,
an
I
hour.
regret not going to the VIP valet. I should have done the valet. I thought
Oh,
I
at
saw
the
a sign that says,
Wait
"Why
a
don't you
minute.
try out the Blue Garage? It's only $10." I'm like, "Well, the Blue Garage, it looks very close." It was
No,
not close.
It's a
No.
mile
How-
away.
And then
Oh,
Do-
why,
do you know
why
what-
on earth
do you
did
know what the valet
not
would have
do
been?
your bougie tendencies? Why did you relinquish your bougie ass tendencies?
because I got overwhelmed.
Said the man who took a private jet here.
I got struck by the overwhelming urge to see how the other half lives and save $5 per day.
And I hope you've been quickly disabused of that notion.
I deeply regret it. You are correct.
Because you
Oh
were
my
tight
God,
on
by the
time
way.
today, right? You were tight on time.
We've been watching Schitt's Creek, and we finally got to the episode with the Join Us for Drinks in the Diamond Club segment, and I jumped up off my couch and actually was very startled and confused.
Hold on, we're gonna hit that just.
Join us for drinks in the Diamond Club.
In the Diamond Club.
How grand?
That sounds grand.
Oh,
I was like, ah!
that's the thing.
She's like, why are you jumping up and down and cheering?
So I will say there are 4 AA batteries in this thing, or AAA or something.
Yeah.
And it's showing it was on 2 things. Now it's on 1 thing. I bet we're fine
Well, now
for
you're
an
on
hour.
battery, right? Didn't it?
No, we have it on running on battery power. showing
I
up
would
in
say
the
you
device.
actually probably can go check that setting and set it to PC
You want me to
power
go
now.
back to the other one?
Because if
Yeah, we
that's
got-
because if that's not the issue, then you can just do USB power. Normally, the four AA batteries will last that Zoom a long time, like 3 to 4 hours. But that's the batteries that we have in there have been in there for a while, and so we kind of have leaned on them just a little bit when the external batteries that we normally use are, and especially in cases like this where I'm just kind of trying to fill the air while everyone figures out.
Give me a dummy microphone. So, guys, the thing that's funny is like, okay, you do that bit. We're gonna record you.
That is control.
And then,
Andrew, you keep talking. We're going to talk over here. Don't worry, it's going to mix in special.
You get to control the duck. It's
Cool.
awesome.
yeah. Oh, it sounds like someone else is in the room with you guys.
Yeah.
Mitsula, the Mike Rula, the old schooler. Hello.
Very nice. Hi, Mitzi.
I'm kind of there somewhere. Hey, there's my
Yeah.
corner of my head.
Hi.
He's around.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, how are you guys feeling? I mean, I figure you guys are. We do have.
Let's
a,
just roll. Let's get into it. Let's get
I'm
into
gonna
it.
take a leak, man. What are you kidding?
Oh,
I just-
Brian's
I-
gonna pee.
I just had a
Okay.
harrowing experience. We
Oh,
got
Brian, hide your beer can. You want to see it on camera.
And
Yeah, man. So, Vegas, it's a thing.
it is a
There's
thing.
a lot of places out here. People are doing stuff. We're in the Rio. It's still the Rio.
Oh, you're not in the Orleans?
We're not in the Orleans.
Oh.
Yeah, no, well, we were in the Rio, I think, because we could just pop right up from the
memorial
from the
celebration of life.
Sure.
Celebration of
life. Yes, that's right.
I actually texted. I had to cancel the morning stream today, so I texted Scott Johnson and I said, I can't do the morning stream because I got to get on a flight to go to Vegas for a magician's wake. So I told him to get the message across.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, are you performing?" And I said, "No, it's a wake." It's like, I don't think anyone's performing.
Not
and
the craziest question to ask.
I thought that was like a cool con that I just didn't know about. that it was like some cool hip gathering, the Magician's Wake. And I'm like, I mean, now that you say it does kind of sound like a cool hip gathering, and it was.
I'm here in a room with Penn and Teller and David Copperfield and everybody in between. And
yeah, it was an insane collection of humans.
Yeah.
And an even crazier,
James
roster.
Randi,
James Randi came out, and that man, legend.
Goddamn right.
That's right. All right. Anybody else need to go grab a drink, go use the bathroom?
No, we got it all here.
Yeah,
let's rock and roll.
All right, here, we're gonna.
And as long as Andrew's on, then I can pop off at any moment.
Okay. Well, then I'll take us
Andy Richter for until you need me to be a guest.
All right. Well, then I'll lead in with our cold open song. Here we go.